Hello and welcome. For the past 20 years, I've been studying something most people call mental illness, but I've come to see it very differently. This is not a medical lecture. This is not about labels or diagnoses. This is about understanding what is really happening when someone experiences schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, or psychosis from a spiritual and logical perspective. Let me begin with a simple question. Why do so many people in these conditions refuse to speak openly about what they're going through? The answer might surprise you. In medical textbooks, schizophrenia and bipolar disorder are described with a list of symptoms. Hallucinations, seeing or hearing things others cannot confirm. Delusions, strong beliefs that seem clearly false to others. Disorganized thinking, jumping between unrelated ideas. Lack of motivation, slow movement, changes in sleep, poor hygiene, withdrawal from social life. In bipolar disorder, we also see extreme euphoria, sudden rage, impulsive decisions, and deep depression. These symptoms are real, I'm not denying that. But here's what medicine often fails to explain. These conditions are not simply diseases of the brain. They are stages of a much deeper process. I've identified 4 clear stages that almost every person goes through. Stage 1, the beginning. The person starts feeling that something is different. They're still aware of physical reality, but they begin to sense another reality, one most people cannot see or hear. At this stage, many people feel like they're losing their minds. They become aware of 2 conflicting realities at the same time. This creates deep confusion and fear. Most importantly, they usually stay silent. They know that if they speak about what they're experiencing, people will immediately label them as delusional, so they keep quiet. This is why so many people in the early stages never tell anyone what's really happening inside them. Stage 2, new logic. By now, the person has realized that normal logic no longer works for what they're experiencing. They begin developing new ways of thinking, new logic, to make sense of the 2 realities they're living in. From the outside, this looks like delusional thinking. But from their perspective, they're simply trying to survive in a world that has suddenly become much larger. This is the stage where arguing with them usually fails. If you try to reason with them using normal logic, they won't accept it, not because they're stubborn, but because they know you're not seeing the full picture. Stage 3, full acceptance. At this point, the person has fully accepted the new reality as their main reality. Physical reality becomes secondary. Simple daily tasks become extremely difficult because everything now carries a different meaning. This is the stage where many families feel they have lost their loved one. The person is still there, but they're living primarily in another world. Stage 4, out of reach. In the final stage, the person no longer responds to normal external stimuli, unless it's life-threatening. They can hear you, but they don't react. It's as if they're watching a movie that is far more important to them than anything happening in the physical world. At this stage, normal conversation becomes almost impossible. Medication often becomes necessary, not as a cure, but as a temporary wall to protect the person from overwhelming input. Here's the most important point of this first part. These 4 stages are not random. They follow a clear progression. And this progression happens because something has opened inside the person, something most medical models do not recognize or understand. In the next part, I'll show you exactly what that something is, and why it opens for some people and not others. We'll also explore the unseen world that exists all around us, and why the voices, visions, and thoughts people with psychosis experience are not always just in their head. Thank you for watching Part 1. If this information resonates with you, whether you're going through this yourself or supporting a loved one, please leave a comment below. Your experience matters. In Part 2, we go deeper into the unseen world and the research that changed everything for me. See you there.